Mm. Hello, this is Ivan Baby in here. And I am preparing to dictate a letter of my experiences over the last year being tortured here using microwave weapons, um, which is classified military technology. I'm assuming that the FBI doesn't know about it. And this is because just the dimension of it, or me starting this video, has upped the levels of electro whatever it is that's coming through here. And when it hits me in the head, I kind of stutter and I can't talk straight. It's one of the side effects of it. It kind of makes my head feel like it's boiling. And I'm gonna go through a bunch of things here as I prepare to dictate a letter to the FBI. So as you may or may not know, I've had these experiences where I've had these awful headaches. These very very intense headaches where I'm nauseous or like right now they're using a radionic electromagnetic frequency to make me anxious. In addition to impeding my ability to cognition. You'll notice you can actually notice there's some places where when the EF is high, you'll actually see distortions in the fields. Here, this distortion and pixelation is because of radio frequency damage and possibly even gamma ray damage to the camera of my computer. So sometimes they'll blast these energy weapons in here. It'll crash my computers. I'll get a headache, and they'll deny anything, or try to lock me up in a mental hospital for saying something about it. So we're just gonna go straight to the FBI now. I moved into this apartment in June 2017, and I had never had a experience like this. I can feel it feels like they're trying to cook my brain through my skull right now. It's just unbelievable. Um, I want to tell you what I have learned about classified military technology from being a target of it. Um, and maybe a couple things that you know most people might not believe, but people with a high enough security clearance might. And if they kind of hear what I'm saying, they're like, "Well, there's something to it." Well, how do I know about this stuff? How do I know? Where do I don't have a clearance. Hmm. It's really a problem when classified military secrets become public knowledge. No, I don't have an NDA and I don't have a security clearance, so I don't really know anything that I'm saying. There's no way I could possibly know this stuff because I'm not privy to classified information, except all these wonderful things that are going on in here that you know I got a story to tell. Extraterrestrials, vampires, what appears to be, but could possibly be all pure science. If you get we'll get into it a little bit more later. I moved into this apartment in September 2017. Immediately upon moving in here, I started feeling like there were my neighbors just didn't like me for whatever reason. I had a Brazilian couple and their children living upstairs. I started getting really really weird here when I started hearing their voices come through the walls. And at first I thought, geez, this is really something here. Maybe it's like a sound laser or something, or parabolic sound. I wish it was. Or Tesla, the Tesla sound too. There's different ways you can transmit sound. Um, the Frey effect, where you hit somebody in the head with microwaves and they hear things. That's a good one. It's kind of like what they do to me. Except they like right now, like I can't speak straight because I'm taking I'm taking some kind of radionic electromagnetic blast to the head. And then when I talk about this, what will happen is the Amherst police will come in here and they will take me and they'll section 12 me and they'll throw me in the insane asylum because I feel like my brain is boiling on my skull. And I can't get outside I go outside, the headache goes away. I can't explain it outside the context that there's something in here that is causing the headaches. And that it's not legal. Whatever it is, it's not legal in Massachusetts, I'll tell you that. Because energy weapons are not legal in Massachusetts. It's illegal. So what do you do? Who has this kind of power? Who has this kind of technology? Who would be able to pull this off? And why would they do it? All great questions. So, well, they actually can hit me in the heart with lasers too. They got these plasma rifles. It's really neat. You see the particle go by. The particle ionizes the atmosphere, and then you see the laser goes ionizes the atmosphere, and then you see the plasma charge come right behind it. It's really awesome when they're flying all over the place, and it's kind of no, it's not because what they're trying to do is they're trying to either temporarily or permanently lobotomize me using them so that I can't speak right and I sound like an idiot. I've seen them actually do this to people. I don't know who they are. I speculate. I've heard them say they were the NSA. I've heard them say they were DARPA. I've heard them say they were the mafia. I've heard all kinds of things. I've heard them say vampires. That's the best one. So I never had a migraine headache in my life. Never ever had any of these experiences. And I moved to this apartment, and shortly after moving in, I feel like it's like hitting the top of my head. You feel the whole top of your head burning. Um, the top of your head is burning, and then it's just extremely painful. And then you lose all your ability to experience pleasure, and you become very irritable and aggressive when a certain type of these rays hits my head. There are other rays. There's a ray that will make me anxious. There's a ray that it's everything black, makes me pass. Well, it's supposed to make me pass out. Doesn't make me pass out. There's a ray that let me think about this one. What do the rays do? There's a couple. There's a bunch of different ones. The major ones are some that make your skin feel like it's burning. There's some that feel like lasers are burning through your skull. There are other ones. There are other ray devices that they can use on you that will make you complacent and agreeable with law enforcement officers. I know I've experienced all of this. So, no for a fact that this is the way it is, but I've had these sensation experiences, and you can actually, as a human being, you can experience and you can feel every wavelength, every type of electromagnetic radiation that there is across the wavelength, and differentiate between the types of electromagnetic ranges that you are feeling. It's not all safe, but so I keep getting these death threats from various social media sites that keep telling me that various people keep telling me the same thing. You're gonna die of cancer. They keep telling me you're gonna die of cancer. Now all along I've been told that I was delusional and that people aren't actually coming by and irradiating me, and people aren't irradiating me through the ceiling. But then I have people I've never met before or talked to in my life, never seen, that know who I am, that all know who I am, that tell me I'm gonna get cancer. It's the one singular message that they do tell me, aside from their implied hatred of me. And then you have to wonder, well, they're all being told that I am going to get cancer, and they seem happy about it. So what is the organizing factor that is spreading the information that I have cancer, which I don't know about that. Do I have to have cancer? And inciting people to hatred to then tell me you're going to die of cancer. I mean, all these people I don't know. Let me tell you about coincidence. Coincidence is a funny thing. Twice is a coincidence. When you do 3 times of something, then the statistics become astronomical that it is not a coincidence. So, I began having these migraine headaches, and I began hearing things, messages, entire coherent storylines. I don't know what people hear when they hear voices. I never heard voices before, but they just became so elaborate, and so it's like somebody writes the script for them and plays them on like broken record loops. You can hear your friends. You can hear long dead relatives. You can hear. It's really an incredible technology, and the way that it's being applied and the psychological warfare tactics. It's just it's apex. It's great. It's great, wonderful stuff for science fiction horror stories. And I can tell this in the form of a science fiction horror story, but every time I do, my computers get hacked, the stories get erased, and I get shot in the head with lasers. So, um, the migraine headaches. It's bad. It becomes bad. I get hit that I become sick. They actually they take me to the hospital, and what actually really works good for me when after I have these migraine headaches, it's not Imitrex, um, because that's what you take for migraine. You would take Imitrex. No, they give me medication for radiation exposure, nausea and radiation exposure. That seems to do the trick, and some painkillers. I try to stay with those opiate painkillers. I don't like them. This level of pressured speech and what I'm experiencing right now, it's because I've just been. I feel like I'm either having a migraine headache and something weird going on, in which case the neurologist will find out about that. There's some really interesting things to tell you about my CAT scans because that's going to come up too. So I started having these migraine headaches, except it felt like, and it was detectable at the time that there was in fact radiation in play. I had this wonderful little app called Gamma Guard for an iPhone, which could be calibrated to detect for gamma emission. And I would use it for a while. I would take the readings, and I would take them in. Law enforcement, they would just like discount it, and they'd blow it off completely. Like, this guy with a Geiger counter, and what is he saying? They'll just tell him he's crazy, and we'll just railroad him because we have badges. And we're the law, and that's pretty much it. It's fascism out here. Fascism, it's unbelievable. So we live in a fascist police state here in Amherst, Massachusetts. Apparently, I've been on the pointy end of it for the last couple of years. It's funny when you hear voices, but the voices are you hear law enforcement, you hear police radio in your head, you hear when I was like some of the things that I know. It's like, am I psychic? Am I clairvoyant? And it's like it's really no, I'm not. There are some things that are best left classified. Torturing people with classified with military technology, American citizens with classified military technology. For what reason? For what reason? Why would they do it? You have to ask, why would anybody do this? And it's because they have another piece of classified technology in my body. I have a high IQ, a very high IQ, and under normal circumstances, my IQ is so high that I was able to use this piece of technology in ways that nobody could understand or imagine. Okay, I was also able to use this technology in such a way that was that maybe somebody had to come out here and torture me and give me brain damage because they thought that would fry it or break it or do the trick or kill me. So there's been this concerted, repeated attacks where I've been irradiated, or maybe I just had migraines. We'll let the neurologist tell me. Except the CAT scans are actually really quite telling. We'll get to that. So we have these classified military technology in use here. Probably a survey meter, and sometimes we'll get gamma that is off the wall. And here's a good indication of the gamma is if you look at like some of the pixelation here, you see this should be all sharp and clear. See, this is what happens to a camera lens when loose protons hit the camera lens. You notice that the color is kind of bleached here. This full color would be in full color, but the color's also been bleached out too. God knows what's if they're trying to give me cancer. I think they're trying to give me leukemia or they're trying to give me like melanoma or something like that. Why would they give me like these low, not really though. I mean, they're debilitating doses of types of radiation that send me to the hospital sick, and then to cover it up, they put me in the insane asylum. It's really hard to say that to find evidence for this, but there is a way to find out. It's called an RNA test, where they can take RNA and they can take tissue samples, and they can tell from that tissue sample what type of radiation you were exposed to and when you were exposed to it. And I have not been allowed to take this test. I've been the hospital, which is also complicit with all these shenanigans. It's really an overarching whack job institutional conspiracy theory, but it fits the bill. You know, these Sherlock Holmes is like, you know, you eliminate everything that's just not possible. You just eliminate what's not possible. Whatever left is left that's even more unlikely has to be it. So I've had these repeated things where I get bombarded from here, and then at night sometimes there's several cars that are out there that will these more powerful maybe it's radar, maybe it's something like that. They'll hit me from other sides. For the beginning of it, I was able to pick up the X-rays and gamma rays until somehow the federal government went into my iPhone and disabled it. And they did this across the board with Gamma Guard because it worked. It was able to tell you if, with just the camera runs, how much gamma radiation you were being exposed to. In this case, in Colonial Village in Amherst, Massachusetts, it's off the charts. Off the charts. God knows what else is here. It's possible to get hazmat to come out here with a Geiger counter. They will absolutely not do it. So I'm not really going to present a whole lot of proof here. I'm going to I'll talk about some of the things that I've seen that I shouldn't know, but that I've been able to figure out based on what I've seen in the hokey things that I've been told that they are. There's been a lot for me about vampires. Vampires, the radioactive vampires are the best. Now, there may be supernatural out there. I'm not going to discount the supernatural. I'm not going to discount the spiritual or anyone's beliefs. But I will say that what I do know about magnetic fields. When a magnetic field is in play, you do awesome things with a magnetic field. You can, if a magnetic field is complicated enough, you can make an apparition. You can make a ghost or a vampire or an invisible suit that can come through the wall and stick its hands right into your head and make you feel like you're being ripped apart. With electromagnets and a complicated electromagnetic field, this is all possible. It's the wonders of science. So, what I believe I have around here these phantom vampires is really just a static magnetic field. So you get the magnetic field going, and like a Tesla coil, you can run a current or plasma or charge over the magnetic field. And by doing this, you can create an apparition that can shock you and attack you and tear your head in half and probably even kill you if you're weak. You know, if you got a bad heart or something like that. And we have those, right? We got one of these, I don't know if they actually managed to get it out of the walls. There's somewhere around here, there's this wonderful Wizard of Oz magnetic field generator that can make vampires and witches or whatever they are, poltergeists, whatever. Oh, I just got shot. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw that. DARPA satellites. Apparently, that's what they are. DARPA satellites. When I try to talk this, that will fire at my head. You'll see occasionally see a stream go by. That's plasma. That's a plasma charge. That's the lasers ionized in the air, and you might see a particle go by. That's a plasma charge. I'm not sure it's coming from a satellite. Probably. So if that's actually probably a classified military secret, and because they're deploying this technology against me, now you know. I will say that whoever has been handling my case, because of my DARPA baby, whoever's been handling my case has misregiously mishandled it to the point where you think Uncle Sam gave you a little gift or something here like that was good. That was good for you. That was a good thing. And then these people showing up as vampires torturing you and listen. Call it. Oh, did you see that? Do you see that over there? That's our magnetic field generator. That is our magnetic vampire just crawled back outside the wall. I hope you were watching that. That was pretty good. So this is a message for the FBI that there are powers here in play that hold the badge and wield authority, but use the United States Constitution like it's toilet paper. And I have a problem with that. And I'm sure, Uncle Sam should too. Because if it happened to me, it could happen to anybody. I think they've been trying to get me to kill myself. I will say the massive brain damage. There's another huge overarching cover up. I found some interesting hardware inside my skull, and of all these attacks over and over again, now I have massive brain damage. Just one of the things that they've done to me is that the people who have been trying to torture me or trying to control me, they give me brain damage. Not necessarily bad. I have brain damage now, lots of it. What they have done is they've manipulated. Actually gone in collaborative with law enforcement to have me sectioned and classified as paranoid and delusional for, expressing this stuff here, how I really felt, what the things I was experiencing really were, what my theories were, and it is radionic electromagnetic frequency weapons. And the police have been strong-arming me. They sectioned me and they put me in the mental hospital twice because of this. Because the mere mention of the word, because I was attacked so much, bombarded so much by this radiation that I became ill, sick. And they come in here, make things up, and just whatever, just throw me in the mental hospital, leave me there for a month, and just tell everybody I'm crazy, write it off like that, because I can do that because with somebody who's mentally ill, it's perfect scapegoat, perfect. Because then you say it's crazy, get mental illness, this and that. And what they've done in that process is they've gone and they brought this back to my healthcare providers, and now I don't get the medicine that I need. I don't get the care that I need. My medicine has been all cut back. My visits with my psychiatric care providers, the medicines that I take, I no longer get. That was because my providers are pretty much said, okay, the police have written up things about me, like I do these outrageous things, like I go outside and I get sexually aroused by automobiles, or one of the things they said about me is like, then I get sexually aroused by automobiles, and then I'm a menace to the community. And they said like a lot of weird things. I mean, like weird shit. It's like I just the shit all fucked up, crazy, and they're doing this to undermine my credibility, as a person, just completely undermine my credibility. Label me as mentally ill and crazy, and it worked. And it's actually the result is, even my own doctors have taken away the medications, screwed my medication schedule and all this, so that I'm not getting the medical care that I need to stay healthy. I can't go outside my physical, like they follow me around in cars. They do this stuff to me. Do you see this? Can you see this? Like any of this over here? Any of these distortions here? You'll see that the camera might start flickering, or the computer might actually start breaking down when they really bombard this place. The other thing that they do to me is that they hack me on social media. They hack me on every single social media platform. It means that they have the capability of doing this, that they are using the law enforcement portals to every single social media outlet. It's Grindr. It's like Grindr, especially, is a big one. Facebook. I don't use that one so much anymore, and they particularly all my email addresses. They go to my internet service provider. They hack my phones all the time. They hack the phones of everybody who comes here, and there's witnesses that have everybody's had their phones hacked. It's one of the big things you come here. Poltergeists will hack your phone. Everybody's had done. There are other people that have come here who have experienced, who are DARPA babies, who have experienced this the torture. The torture, the stuttering torture that makes you zaps the brain. All of a sudden, you're psychotic, and you have to go to the hospital. They can do that. Situation you in the brain, just the right place, and forget it. Anybody who didn't realize what was really going on might think there are vampires, and might fall directly into the line. And they've been doing this. They've been trying to terrorize me, systematically terrorize me, and destroy me now for 13 months, maybe longer. Actually, it's been probably longer than that. Now, have you noticed as the video goes on how my conditions become more and more debilitated? All right, that's good to know. Because as the electro, as the current runs over me, so obviously it's an oscillating field. There's a little oscillation in the field because the charge is building up, or it's at certain rate frequencies that it's building up on me and it's making me sick. And you can see the debilitation progressing. I'm actually gonna leave this on, and I'm gonna actually link this to the FBI. And this is the report that I'm gonna make to the FBI. I'm gonna have to end the stream and start it back up so that it does start. Let me make sure the FBI gets this. They're trying to stop me. They are trying to stop me. They're trying to hack in. They're trying to stop me right now. So what I gotta do is I gotta hit this. I gotta link it. We're gonna copy it. Copying it. Copy. They're actually hacked into my Linux. They're actually hacked into me right now. So right now they're unauthorized access, whoever they are trying to prevent me from reporting to the FBI.